Hi everyone, for today's review we'll be looking at I guess you could say this is a or third version of TonsenArts Toys Trunks figure. This is also, part of the War Vengeance. And I think this is what Unbound Wrath. Pretty much, Bojack Trunks. And as you can see, he does come with an accessory for baby Trunks. So pretty much, it's a remold of the first figure. So as you can see in the packaging, it's just sort of mimicking the official Bandai packaging. I guess on the back is, sorry about that, it's no pictures of the figure and the poses, but the front of the packaging does mimic an official Bandai product. But yeah, nothing much to the packaging. This one came damaged during shipping, so that gives you an idea that not much went into packaging. So if you're like a package collector, good luck getting, a mint condition packaging in the mail. So right at the back, this is the figure and all the accessories that it comes with. That way you can get an idea. Pretty much, I think it uses, some of the accessories, as I mentioned, from the first two figures of these trunks. And then here's a closer look at the trunks figure. Hopefully you can get a good look at the head. As for, articulation on the head, very limited on this long hair head sculpt, so up and down you won't get much range of motion to it. Pretty much if you want to get the up and down movement, it's going to have to be doing in the diaphragm articulation. But yeah, left to right it does move like that. Be careful with the joints too. I heard that the first release, some of the arm pegs were breaking off, so be careful on that. So I'll say on the arms, the articulation is pretty solid. I think on mine it's over here where, I don't know if you can tell by the figure. So it kind of, the articulation kind of skips. Let me see if I can zoom in with the, get a focus. So see it skips from this position all the way over here. So I think that's the only drawback on this, the articulation for this figure, that it kind of skips. The knee articulation is, be careful, it's not loose at all. So you can see it holds its pose. Thigh rotation. So it has a 3.0 articulation, as I mentioned. You know, I'm not a big fan of this. So hopefully in the future, Tozen can improve on that. On this little flaw here that it's a bit loose even before getting into a proper pose. So, but yes, for the feet, it's just standard ankle articulation, pretty much copying the original Trunks figure. Not able to get the toe articulate. I don't want to break it, so it's kind of, I guess the paint got stuck together maybe. I'm not able to move it, but it does have, that foot or toe articulation, whatever you wanna call it. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not able to move it. And as for the jacket, you can take it off. I'm not gonna take off the arms. I'm just gonna slide it like this. So that way, if you prefer this look, you have that option. So if you want to add his sword too, it does have the magnetic connection as the previous figure did. Guess I have it reversed. So he comes with two connections. I guess one is with the his jacket and one is without it. That's my guess. Okay, so I'm trying to get the connection. I guess it will help if you wanna like heat up the strap, and then that way you can kind of mold it so it can connect back with the magnet. So not, there we go. I'm not getting a great connection with the magnet, but this is as best as I could get. So you do have that option. So doesn't look too bad. So this is an accessory and the sword does come out. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. As for faces, you do get additional faces in his base Saiyan form. So let's try to switch them and see how easy or not it may be. Okay, so you gotta pull this part, this hairpiece apart, then push the faces. Okay, so slide this in. And now the other hair. So yeah, that's the connection. So you can barely tell on top. So then the peg is just a standard, typical connection. I do apologize on this camera. I'm getting a better one. The autofocus is not the best on this one, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. So this is, more like an angry screaming face. And now the major reason that most people bought it, including myself, was to have this like Super Saiyan 2 head. Then this is when he comes out of the hyperbolic time chamber. I'm just trying to get the connection in. There we go. All right, so there you go. So yeah, I mean, this is probably my favorite head sculpt right now out of all the trunk figures. So makes it a little bit different than the official Bandai version. So on this one, you cannot look up because of the hair since it stops over here, but you're able to look down a little bit more than the base head form. But I mean, as I mentioned, you can move up the his diaphragm and or ab articulation. That's one way to get him to look up. So let's try to switch a face. So my guess is pulling this piece off and then just snapping off the face, pulling it forward, pushing it forward maybe. Okay. So he comes with this additional face sculpts. Slide right in, connect the front hairpiece in. And also, yeah, the if you kind of see like a metal glow to the hair, it does have like this metal paint to it. I think this is I think the version A of the figure. I think the version B, I think, has more like a matte finish to it. And now let's see how the hands are. The hand, switching off the hands. See how good the connection is or fragile. So as you can see, the standard figure arts connection. In my opinion, I think they should switch to the same peg connection as the neck too, where it's one solid piece, because I think that will improve the force applied sometimes to this joint right here. So yeah, the hands do hold up pretty well. The connection is not too bad. So let me now connect it to the hand holding that flower or rose. Forgot what this rose is from, honestly. Maybe from the Bojack movie. I think it's from the Trunks um, OVA. So yeah, I mean, a pretty solid figure. Nothing bad to it. Except for this hip articulation, how it skips or kind of makes it seem like it's kind of loose. And I think the last thing that the figure comes with is the baby trunks. Okay, so here's a baby. And what's crazy about this is it does come with an additional head sculpt to it. So you just pull this out and push the head down whenever you want to switch face sculpts. And you're also able to switch out the arms. Yeah, at least it may not have the articulation, but it is better scale than what P Bandai would have done, especially knowing P Bandai. Oops, I even did I get the hands in the wrong direction or okay, I guess it comes with two right arms. Okay, unless I grabbed the wrong one. So there we go. Trunks and more his baby Jesus pose. Especially if you're Mexican or from a Latin country. I mean, especially with Christmas coming up, see if you can switch this into the decoration. If seeing people will notice it that you switch baby Jesus in there. But no, I wouldn't recommend it. Um, I'm just saying that would be a pretty good prank. But no, don't do that. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. What it comes with this figure. Like I mentioned before, it does come with a second strap for his sword. I think this is when he has the jacket on, since I think it's a little bit longer. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know your feelings about this figure. It's a great addition to have. I do think TonsenArts already released two. I think he should have included everything on this figure. even all the accessories. I'm not a big fan of spending like extra money. So pretty much now we have four versions of this figure. I already sold my first version that I review. I'll have a link in the description if you want to see the first version that I reviewed. But I think it's good too. I mean, I'm not that we have options now. Sometimes too, I don't know what's holding up Bandai, especially P Bandai. You know, always giving us like three or four Goku versions. So at least we now have options if we don't want to wait for official figures to come out. So it'd be cool if TonsenArt does tackle those figures that Bandai doesn't feel like they will sell or they don't want to release often. So is there a chance now, especially I think also like the Ginyu Force. So if somebody's smart in the third party realm, they could probably release the Ginyu Force, and if they put attention to quality, they'll make some good money. Or the elusive Dragon Ball Z Broly too. That I've seen. We've seen plenty of third companies announce it. One is supposed to come out, so I think if Tosen is smart too, if those companies don't release the Dragon Ball Z Broly, or depending on the quality that they release it with, that's another cash grab that he can do. But let me know if you have any questions. And once again, I'll say thank you for watching. I'll say I'll do recommend this figure if you skipped on the other versions. Everything's pretty solid. I mean, as you can, if you have official Bandai figures too, they comes with their pros and cons as well. So I'll say pretty much the QCs, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, I recommend getting this figure now. Don't wait. You saw how the prices skyrocket on the first release. So yeah, get it now and add it to your collection.